Stream is connected. What is it, Remy? I need to go get my tablet.
Sure, I need to do more just me.
Are you hungry, Remy? She had eaten 2 valleys into it, but excuse me. Well, that's a great thumbnail. Got me just as I was scratching my nose. Discord right here. Hello, Internet. It is 2:37 p.m. on Wednesday, July 8th, 2020. Sorry for missing the last couple days. Wait, what? Really? Stop that. That's weird, but also really cool. Like, I'm assuming it's going to be a very limited run, as their name implies. Because I feel like not that many people still have a working Game Boy Color. I mean, I do, but I mean, as far as I know, it works. I haven't touched it in years and years and years. Anyway, yes, I'm Mark Amsray, DJ Amstrack, and I'm holding court. Today, I'm continuing... Oh, cool, Boy and His Blob. I need to play that. I've got it on PC. And have had for quite some time. Maybe that's what I'll play next. But for right now, yes, I am going to be playing Valhalla Cyberpunk Bartender Action. Man, that's neat. I like... I would love to see more retro releases like that, you know? Remy? Hey, Remy, you should jump up here. What are you doing, Remy? Meow. Alright, let's get on with the game. Let's mix drinks and change lives.
And yell at people.
I forgot to launch Steam. Well,
That's fine. You don't need Steam, baby.
I think Remy might want brushing. She seems all twitchy, which means she's probably itchy.
I think I just got off lunch and it works too.
There we go. English. Jill bought what she wanted, and she's pleased with herself. She will surely focus at work. Rent is due on the 30th. Oof. That's 2 days to come up with a little over $3,000. I mean, granted, that's not as bad as it sounds, but still. This fall, to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the historic Monkey Island series, we'll be releasing an elaborate franchise-spanning anthology box set for Monkey Island. More details will be announced as we near our planned release date in October. Cool! Does it include the bad one? Oh yeah, the wiener. You've been chuckling since yesterday. Wiener. The third one, or whichever the... That's alright. Let's see what new articles are on the Augmented Eye. First space colony plans to develop its own army. Even though space was imagined as the promised land, a place where humanity would start over, it looks like... Oh, hey Mom. Before you disappear, could you roll me some more drink, please? Thank you. It looks like we're about to repeat our mistakes from the past. The first space colony, Shin Outer Paradise, is currently in talks to develop its own privately owned army following alleged threats from a notorious terrorist group. We're discussing it right now, but the law is most likely approved. We'll have an army, and we'll defend our motherland from any terrorist threat. Alice Rabbit chimed in during a private stream. This terrorist group does not exist. Don't let the Outer Paradise government fool you. The only reason for this law is so they can have more control over the population. Alice Rabbit is in space too? Amazing. Woman marries anime pillow. Nobody is actually surprised. I remember a time when wacky stuff like this made a lot of headlines, but even though I'm reporting on it, I can't help but think how mundane it's become. I mean, we live in a world where you can just plug into the internet and live there for as long as your wallet can afford related fees. Lots of people get married in these virtual spaces. Thanks to new technologies, thank you. The traditional views on human relationships have changed so much that someone marrying a literal object feels kind of tame now. If the pillow had some form of intelligence, it might be somewhat different, but it's just a plain generic anime hug pillow. Get with the times, Grandma. Want to marry me? Can't marry your own son. Y2K, the final remaster, leads the video game charts. The newest remaster of 2016's Y2K, a postmodern RPG, opens the charts this week with 3.5 million copies shipped on its launch day. Other titles this week include new releases such as Hatsune Miku Project Remaster and Sting's Face Remastered. I know that's supposed to be like Steins Gate, but Sting's Face?
Yeah, it sounds like it involves a wasp.
I mean, it sounds like it involves the police.
Sting's face?
Like, Sting, the musician?
Oh, the band!
Yes!
I thought you were going to get weird and juice reference to Mace or something. What?
No. Full chart, including lifetime sales. Y2K, the final remaster. 3.5 million, new. Hatsune Miku. Project Remaster. 1.5 million, new. Sting's Face Remastered, 950k, new. Water Pro Wrestling G, 500k, 950k. Dang it, Roan Paul. 400k, 1.2 mil. This is the third final this year. Alright. Let's go to work. Evening. Ah, Jill. I'm out to get firecrackers. Firecrackers? It's New Year's, right? We need some. Wouldn't firecrackers scare off the Yeah, good idea. Go ahead. I'll be back in a bit. Even for a cat lover, you sure get excited about firecrackers a whole lot more when dogs are involved. I know how hypocritical it sounds, and I don't care. Ah, Jamie's here. Greetings. Anyway, let's start. Okay. Where did I leave off in the soundtrack? There's nighttime maneuvers. Snowfall. The answer lies within. Dawn approaches. Reminiscence. Digital Drive. Metropolis. Neon District. There we go. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Ah, the guy that wouldn't come back twice. Yeah, shut up. By any chance, did something fly over here 2 weeks ago? On Friday? Yes. There were lots of weird explosion noises throughout the night. But as far as I understand, those were made by a flying drone or something like that. So it flew by here. I take it you know what made the noise? Let's just keep it at whatever drone story you heard. Right. The noise got annoying after a while, I must say. So it remained in the vicinity? I don't know what counts as in the vicinity, but yeah. Distant explosions all night. Interesting. So it didn't get far away. Now get me a Mars blast. Here you go. Well, you didn't mess up. Sorry if I may interject. You looking for a fight? Most certainly not. You really think you'd stand a chance? You're like half his size. I can fight dirty. He kills people for a living. I can fight dirty. Jill, please, you make me sound like a savage. It would be like me saying that you get people drunk for a living. It's not wrong, but there are better ways of saying stuff like that. You're right, sorry. And like I said, I'm not looking for a fight. I just noticed you seem to like strong drinks. What about it? Well, to be honest, it's a rare sight in this bar. I'd even come to believe I'm the only one here who enjoys them aside from the owner. May I suggest you try a suplex next time? It might be to your liking. Okay, let's try this suplex thing. Right. Let's give Ingram a suplex. Wow, that sounded weird.
Why do you think they took this clothing away? I hope there wasn't a running back or something.
The story that the characters have heard was that some sort of experimental combat drone went on the fritz. And...
But Ingram seems to know more and be like, yeah, sure, we'll call it a drone.
yeah.
It's like, what, was it like a hover bike that was consistently backfiring?
I mean, that was one of the things that, that's what Jill thought the noise was backfiring.
Over and over and over again.
Uh-huh.
That would be pretty embarrassing for the mechanic.
Here. Good stuff. Like a less burning but punchier pile driver. Say, your face looks somehow familiar, mister. Call me Jamie. And you are? I'm Ingram. Anyway, I think I saw your face somewhere. Maybe you needed to look for a specific file. Did you perhaps go through a nanomachine expunge? I did, actually. Figured as much. Only a handful of people do that. And almost all of them are people with nanomachine rejection that feel oddly suicidal. So, why go through the whole thing? Rejection? Need to hide something? The second one. It's easier to remain undetected when they have no means to track you or your activity. I see. How does the expunge work? You lie in a pressure chamber and they give you a special IV solution. It causes nanomachine rejection while giving you the antibodies needed to prevent them from getting back in. For 5 hours, you're trapped in bed while a horrible pressure builds up in your body and nanomachines are forced out. They're like little needles all over your body. You feel them in your eyes and your gums and your toes, everywhere. And after all that, they need to implant you with a mechanism that constantly releases the same antibodies. Ouch. What are you having, Jamie? This is a gut punch. Yeah, should have figured. Hey, give me one of those. Sure. Let's give him a gut punch. Again, that didn't sound right.
Yeah, it just sounds like we're fighting him. Suplex. Gut punch.
Here. Yeah, I love these. It looks different from yours, though. I added a couple of extras in his, actually. So where's this antibody unit they stuck you with, Jamie? Inside, like all the other maintenance systems. It can be troublesome at times, but the perks of not having nanomachines in the body outweigh the cons. And the rest of the enhancements? Were you reconstructed, or have you been adding them over time? Over time, either by getting a much-needed enhancement or through fixing injuries. I see. Well, it was a pleasure, Jamie, but I gotta leave. Nice meeting you, Ingram. Please come again. Don't count on it. You've said that twice. Shut up. Seems like a nice guy. Right. I won't call him a bastard, but he's not the nicest in the bunch. Maybe you caught him on a bad day. Nah, I think you're just that good at bringing out the nicer side of people. Oddly enough. That guy tires the hell out of me. Someone's in a good mood. Give me a bad touch, will you? That way you'll be in a good mood too. Bad touch for Alma. Here. Jill, you have such a petty sense of humor. Guilty as charged. This is a, far enough future that, this is a little loud in my ears and I fear it might be drowning me out. Inflation has kind of gotten a bit out of control. It's cyberpunk dystopia kind of thing, so... Oh, okay, good. So, what puts you in a good mood? Oh yeah, that. Well, today my sister was supposed to be in court for all the custody proceedings. Of course, not only does she show up later than her husband, and drunk at that, but also dressed like she got effed in the back of a parking lot. And to top it off, she forgot to even bring her kids. Luckily, my parents brought them to court. The judge assigned the kids to my parents for the time being. So she really messed it up, huh? When they came back to the house and Diana started throwing a temper tantrum, she said it was lucky her husband didn't get the kids because the angst would make her jump onto the highway. So Ava comes and says, "Then make sure it kills you because we aren't dealing with you as a cripple." I shouldn't reinforce that behavior, but I don't know, maybe it was the timing, but I've been laughing for an hour now. You hold quite the animosity for Diana, don't you? She and I used to be the closest friends when I was 7 or 8. We played all the time, even slept on the same bed for a while. Then she turned into a teen. We stopped playing, she had other things she wanted to do. I could forgive all of that, I mean the age difference and all. But there is something in particular I still can't forgive. It was the day she invited her friends to the house, and I went to ask her something. As I was leaving, one of her friends asked if I was her sister. And she said she had no little sisters. Ouch. I think that was the moment that finally broke the pedestal I held her on. I admired her as much as a kid could admire someone, you know? Little by little, that admiration wore off until we finally reached that breaking point. I felt betrayed. And you haven't been able to forgive her after 40 years? Hey. It's not that I still hold a grudge against her, but rather, the Diana who said all those things so many years ago is the same Diana that I know today. How so? She hasn't matured one bit. She's still as selfish, childish, and immature as she was back then. When you see her, you don't see an adult. You see an overgrown, horny teen. So aside from destroying any admiration I held for her, she's made sure not to fix that impression. Huh. But enough about me. How are you? Everything's fine, aside from this note. A note? Remember how I told you I lashed out at my dead ex's sister? She's not, though. She was making a joke.
Okay. That one didn't quite land, Joe.
That's why Alma was like, hey. Yeah? I got this note from her. Well, let's see. Wow, she must really feel bad about the whole thing. As do I. So, what's the problem then? The same fear that drove me away from her in the first place. Right. Give a Brantini, will you? There's a little story I want to tell you. Right. Here. This is the thing. Let's start. Woo. Oh, hell no. This is the story of a girl who grew disillusioned with one of her sisters. Soon, it became animosity, and not long after that, she distanced herself completely from said sister. With time, the girl would become attached to her eldest sister, looking up to her achievements. All I can look at right now are those boobs. Not now. Said sister would even marry the girl's best friend not soon after. And after the girl went into college, said sister would quit her job. Sister was worried sick about leaving her baby kid alone, prompting her to quit her high-ranking job. What if I hire your high-ranking lips? Wow, okay. Shut up. The girl, even as an adult, felt betrayed. Her role model sister went against everything she held her in high esteem for. She was no longer a child, and yet she felt like a part of her had crumbled. Hey Joe, I can lift her sweater. Do you want to see? I bet you want to see. Alright, enough. Enough? Shit. Peace out. I know the girl is you and the sister is your eldest sister. Please get to the point. Right. The point is, if you don't face her, she will be heavily disappointed. She's trying to make amends with you. That must take courage. Lots of it. Yeah, you're right. My mouth's dry. Can I get a beer? Right. Beer. Man, I am going crazy, aren't I?
What the heck does Anna's glitchy digital bud think is going to lift someone's shirt?
I don't know. Here. Thanks. So tell me, did you and this Gabby girl get along? Oh, yeah. I never had brothers and sisters, but once Lenore introduced me to her as her sister-in-law, she got so excited about having a new sister that she clung to me a lot. I helped her in her studies, read books with her, played with her a lot. She was pretty much my sister, too. I have to leave, but I'll tell you this. As both a big and little sister, if you don't grant that girl the chance of talking to you, I'll never forgive you. Yeah. Oh, there's a small New Year's party this Saturday if you're interested. Oh, sure, I'll be here. Remember, I won't forgive you. Yeah. I'll go take my break. Alright. Ah, you were here? You were quite absorbed in the conversation just now. Jamie even said goodbye to you, didn't you hear? Anyways, call me if anything comes up.
I want to know if anyone else other than that creepy cosplayer Lilith can see her.
Possibly Lilith in general? She hasn't shown up, at the same time as Dorothy yet, so...
I'm sure Dorothy would be particularly unsettled.
It's less chilly today. Jill, the kid's looking for you. Oh, shit. Hey. Ah, Norma. Phew. You're back. Oh, F you. You do know I'm not giving you any drinks, right? Crap, I said it out loud. Yeah, actually, I wanted to thank you. Phew. She thought it was for her. Thank me? Well, for starters, by not complying and giving me alcohol. Everything else would have fallen apart if I had some. Aw, so responsible, Joe. I kind of faced my mom and told her all about the pressure she was putting on me. And said I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do. And? Well, she didn't speak to me for 2 days. After that, she told me that it'd be a waste to spend money in a university just for me to not give it my all. So she told me to still go to the college course, but that I was free to explore. I'm glad to hear that. And, well, I wanted to thank you for that. Me? If I just rushed headfirst into my original plan, things would have gotten ugly. And you were right, I would be hurting her for the sake of hurting. So... thank you. Don't worry about it. I'll leave before it's too late outside. Be careful. Aw, so sweet. Shut up. Hey, Jill, mind helping me here? Sure. Make a bleeding Jane, please. On it.
He really blends into that more.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. Hey, Joe. Do you hate me? Hate is a harsh word. It's not against you directly, but rather the fact that only I can see you. Like I told you, if they wanted, they could see me. And why can I? You're the main character? I don't know. What are you? A cute girl. Right. You okay, Jill? Making a lot of faces there. Yeah, just remembering stuff. Could you give me a hand here and serve a beer, please? Sure.
Capital B beer. Must be a brand name. What a stupid brand name.
Thanks. Would you lighten up if I showed you I can interact with the environment? Maybe it'll spook me, but let's try. Got an itch over in the corner of my eye.
There's an itch in the corner.
And this one too.
Oh, but you can build it.
Yes, thank you.
Here.
There! Can't see anything. You sure? Yep. Weird. Nobody expects the Dorothy Inquisition! Dorothy Inquisition. Dorothy Inquisition. Dorothy... Ouch! I bit my tongue.
Her song? What's even on the Z?
Can't believe I'm using the spare tongue so early in the night. Honey! Hey, Dorothy. I'm making a quick stop for a drink. Can I get a fluffy dream? Sure.
The spare tongue.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. Oh yeah, before you leave. What? Are you guys throwing a New Year's party too? Yep. Sure, I'll be there. I'll be here then. Well, I've got things to do, so... You do? Who does what? Sorry, I sneezed. Weird sneezes. Anyway, I'm out for now. Oh yeah, Joe? Take care of Becky, please. Man, she was in a rush. Okay, F that noise. Fireworks are sold out everywhere. I'll need to get them through more shady means.
What the heck is Becky? Oh,
Yes.
right. Okay then.
She's gonna buy them from the internet.
Oh no, dark web fireworks.
She'll find them and put us all at risk of burning. I'll make sure there's an extra extinguisher at hand. Please. Well, I guess that's it for today. That was a short day. You sure you're fine? I am, don't worry. Hey Jill, mind if I ask a silly question? You've seen my clients. You can assume I don't mind silly questions. Silly answers can get on my nerves, though. Sorry, what did you want to ask? Do you know why they call them cat boomers? I mean, I guess their second set of ears look like a cat's, but the word boomer seems so out of place. I assumed...
Okay, cat boomer.
Okay, so I had assumed, based on dialogue from earlier in the game when we first met Stella, that there was a point in history where like the like as is yes, Baby Boom, but with cat girls. Where like at some point in history, as is often the case in cyberpunk settings, designer babies became a thing, and babies, designer babies, and indeed, and for and at some point they figured out how to give the babies cat ears, so baby cat girls became popular. So there were a lot of them at that time, and probably not as many since then. And not so much when you consider it's not them, but their parents who are called such. Oh? Well, let's go a bit back first. You do know why cat boomers look like that, right? Because they went through some anti-nanomachine rejection treatment while they were still a fetus, right? It's called the Yamazaki-Romanova treatment. Or was it the Romanenko-Yamada treatment? The let's call it the catification procedure. It was not only the first successful genetic treatment on a fetus, but also the first way to fight nanomachine rejection. Moreover, that research had a bit of a rocky story. Funding got cut in the middle of it at a critical point that could make or break the whole thing. Not to mention Zaibatsu Corp's record of not addressing nanomachine rejection at all. Well, you'd have to not be born yet, Rose. The rest of the research was funded by Maki Stengovich. Was it Stengovich? Let's call him Stengovich for now. He's a businessman whose unborn daughter got diagnosed with early nanomachine rejection. Stengovich funded the research, and in a desperate move, his wife offered herself and her daughter as test subjects. Of course, the experiment was a success. The girl, Sylvia Stengovich, didn't die. She became the living testament of a scientific breakthrough. But then the story of how things played out for Sylvia got sensationalized in the media and created a weird fad. Parents made their unborn children go through the catification procedure, even if they had no ailments at all. All because one particular girl whose life got saved through that treatment became a media darling for a bit. A whole generation of kids with those cat-like protrusions got born. And their parents got called cat boomers. A generation of parents obsessed with those cat-like features. The fad quickly passed, but the term remained in use. Eventually, cat boomer just started being used for people with the protrusions instead of their parents. You keep calling them protrusions. Why is that? Because that's what they are. You didn't think those things on their heads were ears, right? Sure, they can be moved because they're somehow connected to the facial and ear muscles. Thus, they can move like a cat's and react to their mood, but in the end, they're just appendages with no real function. Huh. It still surprises me a bit, though, that the biggest mutation they get after the treatment is just that. Those ears are a small miracle on their own. People have been born with no eyes for less intrusive procedures. You really thought they were functional ears, huh? Well, let's say I learned quite a bit today. Thank you. Don't worry, I feel like I should apologize for talking so much instead. And keep in mind, I'm effing up the terms. I don't want you saying someone got protrusions because of a catification procedure. I'll keep it in mind. Wait! What? Yeah, the guy's name was Stengovich. Huh? I just remembered Sylvia Stengovich was around my age, and when I was a teen there were some TV specials featuring her. And I just remembered that I had the biggest crush on her. Now that I think about it, that crush had me very confused back then. And did you need to shout just now? Sorry. In any case, I'm out for the day. Alright, careful out there.
Generation of cat girls. That's like an adorable generation.
Jill is thinking a lot about Kira Miki. Buying one of her posters will prevent her from getting too distracted. You've been talking a lot with that Alma girl. Jealous? Kira Miki poster, $300. I could tear one off any wall in the vicinity, but hell knows what germs they have. Tomorrow's going to be close. That bar called Valhalla. Is it any good? I need a place to unwind after work. Normies are taking over, huh? Everyone is a neat just like me. Anyway, place is cool, but the bartender can be a bit of a dick. How so? Never been there, so I wouldn't know. Is she cute? I can take it if she's cute. She's cute, but I think she's a bit full of herself. The guy seems a bit more of a bro. I see you already had a conversation with her. Did she reject your advances? Nah, I just heard from the distance. So, is that a no? Kind of. I mean, if you're going there just to chat. I just want a place to chill for a bit and meet new people. Can I smoke there? Is there any bar from the BTC where you can smoke? Nope. Bummer. Well, I think I'm going next week then. Sounds good enough for me. The start is closed. So I'm full of myself? You are. Surviving in Glitch City. Any tips for a new friend in this wonderful land? Oh boy. Self-deprecating thread? Don't trust in white knights and don't go out after 5 p.m. unless you want to get mugged or murdered. Bring a portable chair everywhere. You'll have to line up for flour. Lol. Get used to eating what you find. Shortages are getting out of hand. I've been eating rice with butter for months now, but I guess it could be worse. Don't jinx it, please. I have enough as it is. So coming here was a mistake. Why would you come here anyway? Visiting family, but now I want to take them out. Do it while you can. Yeah, airlines are leaving the city. Lol. Soon we won't even be able to escape. Cryface. Can I even get some weed in this crap hole somewhere? Yeah, I just PM'd you a good dealer. Thread is closed. Unless I'm mistaken, my grandpa lived here before they turned it into Glitch City. Birth rates decrease as the youth prefers Lilum company. At the beginning of the century, the idea that people would rather be with robots instead of other humans was treated as a joke, but the reality is that the convenience of these kinds of relationships have become immensely popular among Glitch City's youth, to the point where birth rates are beginning to decrease at an alarming rate. Annie May, a 17-year-old student, agrees with the general sentiment. It's just so much better than dealing with other people, you know? You can just make your own perfect partner. Oh, and sex is amazing. Don't even get me started. It's expected that new regulations will soon be announced to address the situation. Being only with Lilum can be tiring, though. Wearing socks with sandals in public is now a crime. I like to say we have the freedom to wear whatever we like in the streets of Glitch City, so long as we adhere to decency rules. However, that's about to change. Glitch City's Department of Public Decency has declared that wearing socks and sandals together is a punishable crime. If convicted, the guilty face 3 days in jail as punishment for using that abominable combo. But what do you think? Should we wear whatever we want? Or should the fashion police of high society decide for you? Whatever the case, I think I'll simply stick to the right side of the battle. Goodbye, socks and sandals. BTC closing 40% of its bars in Glitch City. The British Trademark Council is facing some economic troubles in Glitch City, and it looks like they're on their way out. Blaming rising inflation rates and a weak currency, the BTC has given the order to disband almost half of its recreational businesses in the city. We can't keep doing business like this. Glitch City has a negative impact in our earnings, and we can't continue in the red, a PR representative told the Augmented Eye. Prime Minister Quincy, on the other hand, thinks the BTC is just too greedy. They make a lot of money already, and now they're crying because they can't have more? Give me a break. Oh yeah, this. Late to the party, Augmented Eye. Thursday, December 29th. Good evening. Hey. Okay, so we've got almost everything, but we're still missing a couple of things for Saturday. And so I designate you, Gillian Applegate, as official guy who goes to buy the rest of the stuff. Applegate? I have no idea who that is. Why me? I could send Jill, but I wouldn't dare send a lady by herself. And I could go with her, but I believe the bar should have at least 2 people in the vicinity at all times. You're not going to say anything, Jill? If it means not being delivery girl, I'm happy to fake helplessness. Fine. Give me that list. I'll be back. Sometime. Something tells me you're planning something, boss. What gives you that impression? Call it a gut feeling. Did you know Gil has a crush? What? A client of his. A girl that owns a bazaar. She's been coming on to him for ages, and he's only just started opening up. But he's taking steps backward, and I'm not gonna let him. He's opening up, for F's sake. And so the errands will take him to the bazaar, I take it. That's right. Huh. Alright then, to the office I go. As for me... Time to mix drinks and change lives. Gil with a crush, huh? This place. Great! Oh, by that color! It's Keter Mickey. Oh, if it isn't... Hey, Jill! Sorry, but is there anywhere I can hide? There's an unpleasant guy on my trail. Boss, stalked woman incoming. Door's open. Go ahead, the door to the left. Thanks. Hello there. Oh, hi there. The other one, that's the bathroom. Wait, what's the dog doing in the bathroom? Now, where did she... Oh, the hellhole. Perfect. Hey, kid, I'll have the usual. Right. Huh. You remembered me after 2 weeks. Yep. Here. This seems right. Paper's been a mess lately. You'd think with all that's happening they'd stay and do more reports. But they're all asking for vacations and I can't afford to be understaffed. So I had to come up with some sort of reward for whoever produces the most reports. I see no difference in my feed, though. Mr. Donovan, I don't mean to sound rude, but you do know the infamy of the augmented eye with the general public, right? A shitty page that will over-sensationalize anything and report useless things. Of course I know. Then why not try to rectify that image? To put it simply, I'm being clutched by the balls, in the non-pleasant way. Zaibatsu Corp and Company have an eye on every publication they haven't bought yet. Report on them once, and they'll find something to find you with. Twice, and you'll find your resources severely cut. Anything beyond that in the best case scenario is that they'll buy the damn operation and keep it quiet. I know there are more newsworthy things than whatever it is the lackeys picked out that week. But if I overstep, my ass is on the line. Huh. I'm glad to see this hellhole is still in one piece. The BTC has been going apeshit closing bars lately. Oh yeah, that. Yesterday they closed one that served as a key part of a drug trafficking ring. And last week, they closed 3 small bars that served as illegal chicken restaurants. Huh.
I can't get my drugs or chickens.
Not to mention, there are like 100 people who have BTC certificates but never use them. Instead, they keep those credentials around to stop police from raiding their homes or warehouses. I don't know about you, but it's obvious to me that some restructuring will begin at the BTC after this whole thing. Man, shit ran deeper than I thought. And no news outlet talks about that. Alright, kid, let's try a moonblast now. Come again? Hey, even I have to break the routine from time to time. Here. Now, let's see what the ruckus is about. So... what brought you here? Oh, right. Didn't you see a Lilum coming in here? Blue hair, big tits. She's the one from the Encore concert coming up. Not really. Did she jump to the roof, then? Why were you looking for her? Did you want an interview? Not really. Just hitting on her. Hey, I said hitting on her, not hitting her. Stop glaring. Why, though? Are you that bored? Don't you have, like, a family or something? Have you seen that girl? Hot as tits. Also hot ass and tits. I'm suffering the weirdest combo of... oh, boy. I want to know just how detailed those King-class CH-1A models are, personally. And so you followed her. I've yet to meet a woman that can resist the charms of Donovan D. Dawson. You're in front of one, and I'm guessing you have quite the selective memory. Like I said, don't you have a family or something? A wife, but that woman cheats on me as much as I cheat on her. In fact, I'm pretty convinced she gets off on the thought of me cheating on her. So, that Lilum isn't here, huh? Now I'll have to find a bus DNF replacement tonight or I'll explode. Hey, after you're done glaring, please serve me a pile driver. Right. Let's just give him a pile driver, literally. Yeah, he's really hateable, isn't he?
Poison him.
Here. Alright. Well, seeing as she's not here, I have no reason to stay. Maybe I'll find someone that looks a bit like her. The guy left. Oh, alright. Thanks for sheltering me, Dana. Hope your sister likes the video. No, thank you. Seems he had a hearty talk. Your boss is such a fun person. Her sister is a fan of mine, so I recorded a small video for her and took a couple of photos. How nice of you. It's nothing, really. She did hide me, so it's the least I could do. But, well, we're here already. Mind giving me something sweet? Sure. Here. Thanks. So, do you know why Donovan was following you? I don't, but I wasn't in the mood to deal with him. His questions were a bit over the line last time, too. Not the worst I've dealt with, but I just didn't want to humor him. I see. Seems like he was just trying to come on to you. Yeah, you don't say. Well, not like he'd have a chance anyways. I'm not into older guys, and I'm already committed to a relationship. Wait, you are? It's not common knowledge, and the ones that hear it try to dismiss it as rumors, but I've been in a relationship with my producer for a while now. Really? We were both single, and that kind of stuff is bound to happen when you spend so much time together. But it all started when he read an entry I made in my blog about wanting to experience love and the like. He offered to help with that after he read it, and I thought, sure, why not? I already knew him well enough. It wouldn't hurt to try. How nice. He's a stick in the mud where planning is due, but he's a sweetheart otherwise. I see. You know, I've met 2 fans of yours lately. Really? Both of them seemed so excited when they were talking about you. It was amazing. I don't like the term fan too much. It strikes me as a bit pretentious in my opinion. I have many fans doesn't sit so well. I like many people who like my music better. Fan evokes an uglier and more pretentious image for me. Do you like what I do, Jill? Do you like my music? To be honest, I haven't had much exposure to your work, but the few things I've heard are really good. And not gonna lie, having talked to you, I feel like I would support you even if I didn't like it. So nice to hear. Hey, this will sound familiar, but do you have anything like tea? Let me see. Here. Yeah, this works. Hey, you're a King Class CH-1A, right? That I am. May I ask you something about your model? Sure. Are there any differences between you and a DFC-72? We both serve the same purpose, but DFC-72s have the port on their heads, which makes them more versatile. My line lacks that, or the resilience of the DT-01Ds, but we're a tad more polished elsewhere. More specifically, our voice simulators are more advanced, and our movements are smoother. A trade-off of functionality and power for appearance, you could say. Ah, I see. So, anything new for this concert? Well, it is an encore, so we're trying to make it the same for those that couldn't go to the first one. But we always try to spice it up, like maybe with a surprise song or something. There was this one time I sang a cover of a song by B-Link. Of course, in return, they sang Your Love is a Drug. Ah. So, you know the B-Link girls? Really nice kids. You'd be surprised how different from their onstage personas they are. Really. Suzu, for example, can be really childish at times. She also laughs a lot, and loudly at that. Meanwhile, Aina is a party girl through and through. If they're not on tour, she spends her time partying like crazy. Hard to believe. I mean, their image is that of stoic girls with little expression. Almost like living Victorian dolls or something. Well, they wanted to pop out in the public. They once told me, if we want people to notice us, we have to break the cutesy idol concept. And so they took the opposite route by becoming cool beauties with melancholic songs? I wouldn't say they went the opposite way. The opposite of cutesy idols would be unkempt, tone-deaf girls spewing vitriol and hate. True, I guess. Well, I've got to go, but let's have a sparkle star first. All right. Mm-hmm. Here. Sparkling! Well, it's always a pleasure, Jill. Please come again. Will do. Oh, the handsome bartender. Nice to see you. Huh? Oh, skill's back. I'll take my break. All right. Note to self, buy oil for that door. All right then. Gil, you're in my spot. Please. Oh, sorry. Also, you're cleaning one of Boss's chicken buckets. Did Boss ask you to do that? If I told you she did, would you believe me? Without a doubt. Let's go with that then. Right. Greetings. Ah, Stella, what can I get you? I'll go with Bleeding Jane today. Here you go. Thank you. What brought you here today? Waiting for Say? I came by myself, actually. I was in the area and stopped to say hi. Oh. It's pretty interesting, though. When I first saw you, I doubted you'd ever come here again. Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. It's also clean. Really clean. Gil is the one you can owe that to. The guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. If you ever need cleaning staff, he's a nice pick. Really? He's a bit out of it today, though. I see. Hey, Jill, have you heard of the new gold rush in the city? Gold rush? Everyone is paying small fortunes to get their hands on pieces of white knight suits. I think I heard or read something about that, but I'm having doubts, so probably not. In any case, how is it a gold rush? Well, the tech behind the suits was always safely guarded, but after the events at the bank... After the events at the bank, the suits were remotely shut down, bricking many of them in the process. Many units dropped their armor right there and fled when the lynchings went on. Any white knight still stuck in their suit had to take the armor off manually to run away. It all happened in the middle of the lynchings, so they'd be sitting ducks if they didn't. Some weren't that lucky. They got beaten up while they weren't able to move. So, between the suits becoming glorified paperweights and many white knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk lying around. But the whole scientific community is rejoicing. They are on a race to reverse engineer the suits and take as much technology as possible from them. And of course, even single pieces of the armor fetch a high price these days. Could anyone see any profit from that research to justify those expenses? It's new tech, a whole new field ripe with patents just opened for many, so I'd say yes. Huh. I mean, the BTC is literally a conglomerate built upon patents and trademarks. I can see how. There is one weird case, though. There's this guy named Jack. He's the captain of a very unique Blitzkrieg Corps unit. Unique? The guy had a really small unit, 5 people including himself. The aesthetics of his unit's armor was heavily modded to the point that they looked like a squad of Henshin heroes. Hen what? They looked really gaudy. But it turned out that the guy actually broke through the software and disabled the remote switch. He has one of the few, if not the only, suits of armor with the OS intact. To say they're among the most wanted people would be an understatement. You know a lot about this. It's interesting, the amount of things you hear when dealing with drunk people of all kinds in the same place. Boo! Boo.
I like the idea of Rogue Sentai running around, though.
Uh-huh. I mean, sounds a little bit like what might have happened to Shinesman if they'd ever figured out that their boss was also their enemy. Which never made sense, you know? It's like... Anyway, I need more drink.
Combination of people wanting to keep their jobs and the human weirdness so... Yeah.
Bosses sent out the Shinesmen to fight other villains that were entirely unconnected to them, that would make sense. I could see that working. But sending the Shinesmen out to fight themselves? See you later, Adam. Thanks for watching. This. Oh. I didn't realize that this was still sitting around anywhere. Long time ago, the tip of the ear of my glasses fell off. I assumed I threw it away, but apparently it's just been sitting there on my desk.
And you didn't know it was... But your desk is so much less of a mess than mine. How did you not...
It was over back here. Also, my desk is kind of a mess. Now, granted, when I had that desk, it was worse. Just because there's more places to put stuff over there. Having drawers really helps with that.
Organization. It's surprisingly good.
Mm-hmm. Now, that's not to say that all the drawers are necessarily that uncluttered, but there's so many drawers, I don't have enough stuff to fill all of them, so, you know. It also helps to put on a front that makes people lower their guard. That should sound familiar to you. True. Wait. Here's a freebie. A fun fact. The failsafe was originally going to involve the armor blowing up and leaving no traces. But regulations and laws didn't allow that kind of technology near civilians. I Guess even Zaibatsu Corp has its limits, huh? People love to demonize Zaibatsu Corp because, let's face it, they're far from innocent. But they're not evil overlords, they're just greedy. They're just a big corporation. They just so happen to have control over what tantamounts to a city-state? That's not quite the way that word works. But then I think this game was written by someone for whom English is not their first language, I think.
And it's so very clear what she's saying.
Yeah, it's absolutely clear what they're saying, and the person is definitely writes English competently. Very competently.
Like almost amounts to / is tantamount to.
Uh-huh.
Tantamount to. It works. Bill Shakespeare made bigger stretches than that. Big old corn syrup powder Stretch Armstrong stretches.
But corporations will naturally resort to draconian methods. I've heard horror stories from people outside the city about trying to use product placement. If you so much as hold a bottle the wrong way or get in the way of a logo, you'll be in for lots of trouble. And let's not start with theme parks or the like. Those are dystopias of their own. Then again, most of the demonization is due to Quincy being such a clown. He has no power anyways. He's just the front that whatever council behind Zaibatsu Corp chose. He makes a fool of himself, and the attention is taken away from whatever it is that Zaibatsu Corp is actually doing. Yeah. So what you were saying is that Glitch City is basically a huge theme park? I've called the White Knights glorified mall security in the past, so yeah. Huh. No, seriously, Hen, what? Can I get a Brandini here, please? Sure. Well, let's give her a Brandini. Here. Thanks. Clown Plus?
What's his name?
I was going to say, I assume it is an acronym and that he is a Lilum. So, I take it you're in a good mood today. Does it show? A bit. Yeah, well, I managed to nab a couple of tickets for the Kiramiki Encore concert. Nice. Oh right, as it turns out, she was just here. Again? Sorry. Again? Can't believe I just missed her. I was surprised too. I was more surprised she remembered my name, though. And like last time, she was quite the graceful client. Man, so those rumors about her being really nice in person were actually true? Amazing! I mean, you always want the famous people to be nice in real life. But having such backing to that claim, to hear that she's so nice to everyone, it's nice to hear, you know? In fact, many think that's what made her so famous so quickly. How she's down to earth and totally accessible, making her someone everyone wants to root for. Ah, I see. Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't want to feel like you're supporting crappy people. Although, to be honest, I've never put much thought into that one. Hell, half the time I have no idea who made what I use, nor do I care much. Commodity fetishism. Being a nice person will take you far, though. My daddy always insisted that being ruthless in the boardroom doesn't mean being an ass. And he has actually managed to get certain contracts over other more powerful people. All thanks to being a nice guy overall. Sounds like good advice. But more importantly, Daddy? Do you really believe me saying she was just here that easily? You're not the kind to lie about stuff like that, so sure. Thanks, I guess. That said, can you go to the concert so easily? What about security and the like? My dad always has a unit keeping an eye on me from a distance. And you'd be surprised at how easily I can disguise myself with just a different hairdo and a cap. Yeah, I see. I wonder if I could get in the disabled line with Say and her wounds. Although she'll probably nag me about how she doesn't need it and we shouldn't abuse that. Hey, can you get me a classic drink? Sure. Something classic. She ordered a Bleeding Jane earlier. I have yet to serve a frothy water, but I feel like that's not going to be what she wants. Here. Thank you. Do you have many servants around the house, Stella? I do, but they've been with us for so long, they're pretty much family. My dad has always said that if you earn someone's trust, they'll gleefully work for you and everyone wins. We even had a young gardener that left to study engineering, and he actually came back. He still comes by every weekend to tend the plants. Man, that sounds nice. Let me know if you're ever in need of a job. I might find you something. Thanks for the offer. Wait, I just realized something's off with the whole tech gold rush story. What would it be? Wouldn't all that tech be patented anyways? I get trying to crack it in the first place, but that would be true if the tech was patented in the first place. It isn't? Zaibatsu have been so paranoid about making the White Knights untouchable that they never patented anything. A patent would be in a database that someone could hack and retrieve valuable info from. Not to mention they've been using tech from other companies without any authorization. And no patent registry in their right mind would approve of that global shutdown signal. Let alone how it immobilized everyone still inside one of those suits. So the ones that were upholding the law did so using suits that are by all means illegal? The irony runs deep, wouldn't you say? Why do it, though? When you have so much money, you start thinking you can screw around with the rules. All that power makes you think you're above every law there is. And this city is what happens when those with money start making the rules. I'm curious, though, have you ever covered up any F-ups by using money? I think we've all done things we're not too proud of at some point in our lives. Well, Jill, I gotta go. Always a pleasure. Please come again. Oh, Alma. No hello? You're pretty insistent on that one, aren't you? It's basic courtesy. Something I will fight to uphold. First the greeting stop, then saying please and thanks stop, and before you know it, boom, total anarchy. You're exaggerating. Am not. In fact, I'll go through that door again, and I expect you to properly greet me this time. Fine. Hello, Jill. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, as I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. 'Tis some visitor, I muttered, rapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more. Ah, distinctly I remember. It was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Something sought to borrow. Wish the morrow, surcease of sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angel's name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the something... And the somethings as a certain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me with such terrors never felt before. Okay, I've lost it now. That's as far as I can get. over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more. "You overdid it. You totally overdid it." Quoth the bartender, "I did not." "So, you like poetry?" "I had a phase." "Can I get you something?" "Let's start with a big cobalt velvet." "Sure."
Mr. Finn, we have reports that one building stingray is the door.
Here. Thanks. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering about for a while. Does the name Shadowmaster 69's Chronicles ring any bells? Wow, you went pale. No, the name doesn't ring any bells. May 22nd, today my daily card readings told me that I'd meet great change thanks to an old man. My biology teacher told me I had been picked for an inter-school contest with my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the idea of auras was as revolutionary as I thought. Soon I'll bring the world into the occult science singularity. Later entries don't seem to have gone that well, though. Mentions of being laughed at, being lectured on why the essay was wrong. Jill? I made sure to delete that blog! No evidence should be left! I can think of at least 6 different sources off the top of my head that have all that stuff archived. Why? Why? Sheesh, relax, it's not that bad. What do you mean it's not that bad? Don't you realize how embarrassing it all is? We've all been young, Jill. Relax. It's not like you're still like that nowadays. That would have been embarrassing. You're not still like that, right? Gods, no, I gave up on the whole occult stuff. It's just that remembering all that stuff is... I don't know. I like the way you looked. All dressed in black, with the rare accessory popping out thanks to the colors. I mean, at least you had the decency to use makeup and take care of yourself. So you have a pick. Oh god, you have a effing pick. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sins of my past? I was bored. Last Friday I had to take my mind off the whole Diana thing, so I ran a small background check on you. Simple stuff, just checking past internet activity. Please don't run background checks like that. I just used a search engine, you know. I didn't request documents or anything. What led you to the page? You do realize your main mail account everywhere is still the one you used back then, right? Like I said, relax. You were obsessed with occultism. I wanted to kiss all the boys. And I kinda almost accomplished that in middle school, which still sort of haunts me today. Never underestimate the lengths old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if they think you're still the girl that kissed them for fun and they're lonely to boot. We all have things we're not too proud of as adults. Now I know how criminals feel when evidence is used against them. I have to ask, though, why the 69? He's supposed to be 6'9", not 69, like in reference to both the lovers and the hermit. I was convinced it meant wise choices. Jill, there's nobody that would read that as 6'9". I was 12 at the time. Even at 12 I knew what a 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then? You have no idea. Well, let's sweeten up things a bit. I'll have a sugar rush. Sure. Lots of carpentry.
Sounds like she should be good for hyphen.
Or put it on either end of her name, possibly. Here. This is the thing. Say, Alma, speaking of the past, what was your last long-term relationship like? That's sudden. You dug through my past. I've earned the right to dig through yours. Fine, fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? Romantic ones, I'm guessing. Yep. Well, I've had about 4 boyfriends I'd describe as such, that I've introduced to my family and all. The first one was in high school. I broke up with him because he cheated on me. I remember the other girl trying to pick a fight and me just saying, keep the effort. The second one was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he thought it'd be funny to punch me in the arm. He starts with a friendly hit, and before you know it... Anyways. The other guy I met shortly after I dropped out. He was interested in marriage, but he wanted to get married after only half a year or so of knowing him. And then there's Richard. Who? I spent almost 4 years with him. We got along pretty well. We had some awesome chemistry. I truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. He didn't? Moreover, he wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There was a part of me that wanted to believe, even if just for a little bit, that maybe he'd change his mind. But as much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. And at one point, I just had to break up with him. But I'm not here to depress you. Bring me a beer, will ya? Sure. Thanks for telling me that, by the way. Don't mention it. Okay, one more question and we're even. But where would the fun in that be? Wow, you really are embarrassed of that blog, huh? Sure, ask away. At what age did you get those implants in your boobs? Jill, I love you and I know you're saying that in jest. But I've lived through so many rumors about me getting plastic surgery that I can't and won't take it as a joke. As such, and honoring our friendship, I'll just say this. They're real, and they're spectacular. Now ask the real question before I slap you. I'll grant you one and only one chance to call me by my full name as compensation then. I gladly take your offer. It's funny that you mentioned slapping because my real question was, why did you get your hands chopped? Chopped. Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first is that I spend lots of time typing, and these replacements help me avoid carpal tunnel syndrome. Oh. There's other utilities, like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. If I move my index finger, it acts like the computer's cursor. There's lots more, but they're small things that don't sound that impressive when I say it out loud. How did your family take the operation? They took it well enough, except for my mom. She freaked out for months. She even went to the hospital to ask for my hands. Don't you miss them? Sometimes, but just during emotional moments. But as luck would have it, someone else has them. Shortly before my operation, there was an accident on the highway. One of the victims was this young lady whose right hand got completely crushed. I told them to check if we were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not everyone's first choice if they can get a natural replacement. A bit of cosmetic treatment and it could pass off as her original hand with no problem. Last I heard, we were compatible and the family agreed to the donation. I don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine. And you didn't tell your mom about that? I didn't want her pestering the poor girl. So are we cool now? Are we even now? Are we? You were pretty pissed about my comment regarding your boobs. Again, I'm sorry, it sounded a lot less rude in my head. Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julianne once. Now you don't. Eh? Why? You just called me by my full name. Are you serious? One chance and only one chance, and you just used it up. Damn it. Surprise! Hey, Alma, this might be a weird tangent, but do you believe in ghosts? Hey. Not particularly, no. Although there was this paper I read once that was quite interesting. It proposed a scenario where nanomachine clusters would leave the body after death, and then acted as a collective hive mind through residual brainwaves. The result would basically be an image not unlike a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because such nanomachine density is impossible in a body. Even 5% of the amount needed is enough to make the blood too dense for the heart. And it's not like brainwaves are potent enough to create those reactions. Still, an interesting read, though. I see. Don't give me that look. It's not my fault that you convinced yourself that you're crazy. Well, I'll leave then. See you tomorrow. See ya. All done? I am. What about you, Gil? For some reason, the idol girl left him like that, it seems. You think? Yeah, it might have been while he was out. True. Hey, boss, you're a fan of wrestling, aren't you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so... That I am, yeah. Why? I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake? Aren't twin tails for little girls and teens with 8th grade syndrome? 8th grade what? When you get down to it, wrestling is as real as a soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect a legal lawsuit to be fixed in a ring, right? Sure, in my ideal world, you would solve legal problems through good old wrestling, but... No, seriously, 8th grade what? But you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's a show. It just so happens to use fights as an expression. You might as well see it as a unique form of theater. Besides, considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not all fake. Huh, I didn't think about it that way. Sadly, I won't stand for anyone bad-mouthing wrestling. So now I have to go and break Gil's back to make you humble. Oh, well. Wait, what? Come here, F-boy. Ah! 8th grade what?
Oh, what?
Now wait a second. Okay, no, that does add up. I was briefly thinking that the amount that I had plus the amount that I made shouldn't have added up to 10K, but it does. Which is good. Achievement unlocked. Focused. Focus. Achievement unlocked. I feel like an adult. You were charged $10,000 for your rent. Have a nice day. Jill will have a roof on her head for another month. This sense of relief will make sure she focuses at work. Have a very nice day.
Achievement unlocked. Effing broke.
We have a roof over our heads for another month. Yay!
$184 shouldn't count as broke. Freaking inflation.
Grand Slam Fighters crowns a new heavyweight champion. Glitch City's most popular pro wrestling promotion crowned a new heavyweight champion yesterday, with Giant Yusuke taking the gold from fellow Japanese wrestler Justin Liger. After previous champion 66 American Kid was forced to relinquish the title due to a head injury, GSF decided to hold a tournament to find a new title award holder. Excuse me. The match ended after an epic 30-minute bout with Giant Yusuke applying a massive German suplex for the 3 count. During an interview with AE, Giant Yusuke told us through a translator that he's waiting for 66 American Kid to recover. I won't rest until I beat him clean. So exciting. If only I understood what's going on. After the Great Earthquake, salvage agents are the new rage. The Great Earthquake that sank large portions of the world 5 years ago also created an unexpected new profession, salvage agents. Sumeraki is one of these salvagers, and she shares her experience with the augmented eye. Seeing big cities like Tokyo and places like Caracas several kilometers below the ocean surface, that's something that gets to you, you know? Millions lived there before the Great Earthquake, and it's on me to retrieve their memories, their lives. Aki is now working to retrieve items from a research facility in the Tanegashima Island in Japan. And Australia? Australia is a tad more complicated than that. Oh? You're just going to leave it at that? What happened to Australia? New Lilim regulations. The current regulations preventing Lilim from looking too human have been working well so far, but Glitch City's government is planning to create even more new laws so as to enforce robot-like features among the Lilim in a bid to reduce identity theft. Glitch City, the first nation to adopt the current standard in artificial intelligence and robotics, was the first to allow robots into normal society, quickly giving them necessary rights so as to sustain a long-term experiment about their role in human evolution. Unfortunately, the first year saw numerous reports of identity theft resulting in the need for more stringent measures. It is unknown what kind of laws we'll have in the future regarding their existence. But people look more robot-like by the day, too. New post on the Kira Mickey blog. Valhalla. The name sounds silly and a bit hard to pronounce. Good thing it's actually called Valhalla. The funny numbers and letters are just a code. Anyway, I visited this cute and small bar downtown twice after getting lost for a bit. I think the area was called Neon District. At first it was a bit scary because I forgot my way back, but once I got in there I felt really safe and at home. The bartenders are a bunch of sweethearts, and the boss was such a class act. I even took a photo with her and sent a video to her little sister. I look forward to visiting again. The drinks were very tasty, even though they weren't made of real alcohol. I don't know if I want the bar to suddenly become a fan tourism hotspot. Alright, go to work. Good evening. Hey, there's wrestling on the TV. Gil, are you humming Shine Spark? Hey Jill. Are you okay? Are you in love, maybe? Nothing of the sort, I'm fine. Right. No, seriously, did you F? Men only get so happy after the... Okay, that's not... Oh my god, you totally effed. Was it Alma? Did you have 7 minutes in heaven with her? No, I didn't. In any case, congratulations, I haven't seen you this happy since... well, never. Today's escapades will bring us to a familiar place, and... shit.
Uh-oh.
Gil, I'm out, I'm gonna... Not so fast, Flat Bartender, if that's even your real name. It's not. Last time, my viewership had a weird peak while I was passed out. So I'm here to find out what made people so interested. Huh? Do I have something in my face? This guy totally effed. No doubt about it, that gleam in his eyes is unmistakable. Whatever, just keep it down. Ah, Jill, you're here. Isn't that the passed out girl from 2 weeks ago? I'm not here! Oh, sorry. I'll be back in my office then. Anyway. What? What happened?
dudes to jump to the jukebox.
Was that an I'm not here, like, don't pay attention to me? Or did she just, like, turn tail when she saw Dana? Anyway, I need to go record my life real quick.
Also, who turned tail? Streaming Tab?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. It'd be funny if she had a history of that.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be very amusing. Not sure I heard that. Okay. You know what? You want to stop two music story things. Three megs per second, are you kidding me? Yeah, buddy, I don't think your remote desktop ate 400 gigs.
$400 gigs?
Yeah, I got this email. For those using Cox Communications as your internet provider, keep an eye on your internet usage for your plan. Mine covers 1 terabyte data per month. And working from home, usage went from 1 terabyte to about 1.5 terabytes for April. 1357 gigs for May, and about 1.5 terabytes again for July. I assume they mean June by that. That's July has only begun.
Mm-hmm.
Cox charges an additional $10 per additional 50 gigs overage.
Oof.
Like, somehow I don't think an RDP session can eat that much. At all.
I don't know.
Because it's pretty much just like transmitting changes.
Time to mix drinks and change lives. You were too happy and you were too mopey. What happened? I was right. Eh? That Laura girl was head over heels for him. I was right on the money. Say, that girl. I'm not here! Sorry. Isn't she the one that passed out last time? Anyways, Betty was right and that deserves a beer. And you? I'm fine. A Friday beer for a cheerful Betty. Here. Woo! So the girl was actually infatuated with him. You should have seen her screaming from the top of her lungs that she liked him. And him just standing there thinking. Just like that. In retrospect, it was a tad too cliched for my taste. Still, I knew she liked him. I was right. I was right. He doesn't seem particularly happy. He never is. Unlike your coworker. Holy shit, did he F? You're making it too obvious, Gil. How? That beaming face is unmistakable. Face of a guy that got some and enjoyed every moment. Back to deal, though. Like I said, he seems lost in thought. Victories like these are few and far between. Let me enjoy myself. Can I get something non-alcoholic here? That's not how you drown your sorrows, piece of scrap. I'll have a Bloom Light. Okay. Bloom Light and something non-alcoholic. Here. Thanks. Same. Celebrate all you want, but I'm freaking out here. I know nothing about relationships. I have no idea what to do. Well, for starters, what do you think, Jill? Me? Her? Betty, I've seen a few of your relationships, remember? Aside from Veronica, there's Angela, Pamela, Sandra, Rita, Monica, Erica, Tina, Mary, and Jessica.
Are those the girls from Mambo number 5?
I think they might be. I'm pretty sure they are, in fact.
You know what they get in Sweden.
Just Monica.
Just Monica.
Or should I say, didn't share the bed sheets, snores like a pig, cold feet, shampoo waster, chocolate addict, too religious, fan of the wrong rugby team, teetotaler, and chews with mouth open. What do you think, Jill? That you must be quite the heartbreaker to have so many relationships in a short period of time. I mean about piece of scrap situation. And thank you. I'm not the right person for this. Gil? He's still on effing Cloud 9. Or is it effing in Cloud 9? What about... Sneaky, sneaky! I'll be damned, she actually hides pretty well. For starters, how do you feel about her? I don't know. I don't know her that well. You could start there. Ask her out sometime. Get to know her. Maybe she'll change her mind, maybe you'll change yours. In the end, you lose nothing by... What? I'm just realizing I'm giving love advice to a Lilum. So I don't know how well it applies to you. These things are humans in all but organs nowadays anyways. Even if that's the case, it's interesting that she felt that way towards him. Why wouldn't she? This fella's a good catch if I do say so myself. And like I said, humans in all but organs. You've surely encountered Lilum that you sometimes forget are not humans. Well... We live in weird times, but hey, that only makes them more interesting. It's odd going to other cities and not seeing the same integration of Lilum, though. Well, Glitch City is pretty much the cradle of social experiments involving Lilim integration, so... Anyway, just try to get to know her. We'll find out how you feel afterwards. Yeah, I think I'll try that. It's quite the uninspired advice, if you ask me. Uninspired advice, if you ask me. Anything else? Well, let's commemorate the occasion with a piano man and a piano woman. Here. And now we reach a stalemate. I'd normally take the piano man, but I feel there's a symbolic value in taking the woman. Why order like that, then? I hate Laura. You what? She's gonna take you away from me. You're my piece of scrap, not hers. You're mine. Mine! Betty, you don't own me. Besides, I can't, for the life of me, leave you alone. I feel like the moment I let you out of my sight, you'll just... crash. That's not a laughing matter. You need someone making sure you aren't kicking people. That's not normal, you know. Besides, it's not like I have something with her yet. You're right. So you won't leave me? I'd worry myself sick if I left you to your own devices, honestly. We should leave now. Oh yeah, we're holding a small New Year's party tomorrow. I don't know if you want to come. We'll come. Are you sure? We will. Fine, we'll be here, Jill. Anyway, see you then. Bye, Bill. Please come again. Bill? I think she might have been a little drunk. Party? I'd love to go! But I told everyone that tomorrow I'd end the year with a party myself, so... Sorry. I totally forgot she was already here. And that was such bliss. Still, I can see how traffic spiked. Things can get fun here. And just like the last time, I need to show my viewers something fun. Give me something nasty. Something nasty. Frothy water it is!
Ah, jeez. It even invades that screen. Why is her chat visible to other people?
Here. This is not what I wanted. Are you even trying, Bartender? Sip or talk, not both. And now it's time for me to be a nice person and give you something nice. Eh? It's the second time I'm here, so it's only natural you get your own copy of my theme song. No thank you. Don't be shy, let me give you one. I mean it, no thank you. Well, too late, it's already in your player. That can't... How in the ever-living F did you do it? Magic! That's bullshit. Video editing magic! Did you just hack into the music player? Let's move on, shall we? Yeah, whatever. Hey, weren't there dogs? Last time you talked about this place like it was this zany haven of sorts, but I see the same shit. Seriously, no decorations or anything of the like? Good question. Where are the dogs? I either haven't paid enough attention to their arrival, or they haven't come. Idols, newspaper managers, talking dogs, and yet this is the same old bar like last time. I might sue you for fake advertising, you know. Now that I think about it, maybe Boss just donated money to this Sierra thing. and then tricked the dog into coming here as a part-timer for kicks. Oh well, anything interesting lately? I mean, it's not like I miss them, but they should at least show their faces. Hello? Sorry, what did you say? I was asking if there were any new stories. This isn't a newspaper, you know. Nor is it a Crazy Stories on Demand streaming service. That's a big fat lie, and you know it. Shut up. But I said nothing. I mean... So shut that idea up. Yeah, that. I won't. Last time I came here, the viewership peaked for some reason, and I want to find out why. Maybe Pretty Boy over there can tell us the story of who he effed. He's so distracted he won't even make a retort. Amazing. I guess there's something worth saying, but... Then I want to hear it! Well, Kira Mickey came yesterday again. You're shitting me. You expect me to believe she came all the way here again? Do you even have proof like the glass from last time? Well, if I may interject. You've been listening, boss? The walls are pretty thin. Oh. Anyway, she did. I even took a pic with her. She did what? Let's see. Why? I try to make an appointment with her and she's always busy. But you sit there and she just comes waltzing over? It's not fair. Someone said not the bees. Hey, if I knew how the hell stuff like that happened, I'd share my secrets. I was just as baffled as you are right now. Yeah, but I bet you're not even that much of a fan anyway, are you? You're not wrong. Can you at least tell me how nice she was as a client? Very graceful client, much like the last time. A really nice girl. I'm gonna give you my number. If she ever comes back, you let me know, you hear? Not gonna let you keep her to yourself. I really doubt she'll come back again, though. She already came twice. I'm not taking any chances. I need something to drown this anger with. Give me something girly, will you? Okay. Girly drinks. Okay, this time I'm gonna give her a lot of Carmetrine. Here. Phew! Let's just chill a bit.
Stream Chan's evolving into Drunk Chan.
It's still not fair. You know, you're boring today. You're not chatting that much, nor are you doing anything funny. Maybe the whole peak viewership thing is just you. Eh? Maybe this bar and me both had nothing to do with the spike. Maybe you were just that good. Are you hitting on me? Am not. In fact, I'm kind of trying to get you to leave, pronto. Don't be so hard on the girl, she's fun. Another nuisance shows up. Wah, Joe hates me. It's not hate, it's just... Wait, I'm not having this conversation again. Boring. Hey, you are curious, right? About F-Boy's partner. Want to know who it was? Do you know? Maybe, maybe not. That maybe not settles it then. Not taking any chances. Oh, come on. Bartender, you're making lots of faces there. It's nothing, really. Did the two bartenders break or something? Should I call the manager? Tech support? Hey, Joe. Inner and outer voice, remember? Sorry. I got a little too into it there. It's like... What? Who effed? Aside from that guy, I mean. Say, you're oddly calm today. Well, I've been getting more sleep lately. That way I don't feel like if I stop speaking, I'll die. Crash is one hell of a drug. And wouldn't you know, I can actually make it premium time if I go commando. Huh. But come on, I'm getting bored out of my ass here. Bored out of your ass? Do something. I'm not a dog, you can't just ask me to roll over, you know. Mind if I entertain you a bit then? Boss? You and Gil take a break, I'll entertain the missy here. Alright. Jill, by that I meant take Gil with you. I don't want him humming to the middle of the road and right into a truck's grill. Grill Gil. Right. Alright, Gil, come with me. Eh?
Jill really needs to learn to think it an invisible apparition while maintaining a straight face. Okay, that sounded far weirder in my head.
What one? No thanks, I don't smoke. Alright, I got a text from Alma. Boss! Alma and Gil didn't F! Well, that's a bummer! She is sending congratulations your way, though. Tell her I said thanks, I guess. So, who was the lucky girl? So it was a guy? I never thought you swung that way. It wasn't a guy. So it was a girl, and you did F. I don't feel comfortable talking about that, you know? You don't make things easy for me, though. How so? I mean, you're pretty hard to get close to, you know? You never talk about yourself. You're talkative so long as it doesn't involve you directly. Teasing you is literally the only way I know to get through to you. You make me sound like some weird loner. You are a weird loner. At least tell me if you enjoyed the night you spent with whoever it was. I did. Good for you. Why are you humming Sunshine Stone so much, though? Well, after that idol girl came yesterday again, I looked up her discography and I can't stop humming or listening to them. Right. Oh god, you didn't F the idol girl, did you? No. Why would that be a problem, though? I don't know, it'd just feel weird. Well, that's that for the break. Let's go back. Right.
Plus, she's in a relationship with her producer, and that
yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, and Gil? Keep in mind what I said about opening up more. I mean it. That way we won't tease you so often. Listening to you say that has to be the weirdest thing I've heard this year. Shut up. I wonder if Alma finds Gil attractive. And that's that. Back. What were you two doing back there? Effing. Oh, so just chatting then. Holy crap, did you two really F? John has the face of a man who F'd to death recently. See, Gil? You're making it too obvious. How? What will you have today? I'll have a gut punch. Coming right... Eh? What? Nothing. Dorothy wants a gut punch. Is the world ending?
Rebecca, being called John coming from you is particularly unsettling.
A bit. Here. Stop looking at me like that. Sorry. Are you okay? It's weird for you to order something like that. Yeah, I'm just trying out stuff. Did you know Lilim tongues are designed to identify food using the chemical components? Our tongues were designed with the human ones in mind. For example, the first flavors that we detect are sour and bitter, just like you guys. I checked my personal specs, and apparently my sensitivity is set to 1.2235x. That makes me hate those flavors because I feel them harder. Why all that exposition? I mean, I'd lie if I say I wasn't interested, but why? Well, after last time, I got curious and started checking how many of my systems worked in detail. For example, the tips of my fingers are so sensitive to vibrations you could make a seismograph with them. Huh. And checking that, I found it's all based on how humans work. And that got me thinking about what you said. I mean, for my systems to work, humans had to understand how they work. And after all those discoveries, they're not any more or less artificial. Why should I be? I don't know, looking up all that suddenly made me feel real. It was the opposite of what I felt last time. I feel like I'm here right now. Glad to hear that. Alright then, let's try something sweet now.
She's a real girl. Wait. Relay that.
Here. Ah, nice. To be honest, it's a bit surreal for me. What? I'm here talking to you and you're answering like any human would. You're even expressing happiness. I remember when I was a kid, I usually tried to strike conversations with AIs. But after a bit, they'd just start looping through their built-in answers, repeating the same things over and over. That always made me crash back into reality. When I think back to that, having such advanced AIs like you here right now, it's amazing. I don't know, it makes my inner child happy to see something she always dreamt of. It helps when I feel particularly cynical. Aw, you flatter me. Besides, I've always thought about humans like nature's Lilim. The method might have been different, but we too evolved from a more simple form ages ago. If Lilim managed to create biological life years from now, it will all have come full circle. So what should I take from this is, you love me? Don't overdo it. Anything else? Let's go with a sugar rush. Okay. Here. Even in doubt, my love for these is real. How romantic. So I take it the solipsist problem got solved? Yep. All the reality crisis started the other day. My guardian... Call her Mom, nobody's judging you. Mom decided to meet with the mother of her daughter's girlfriend. It was a very emotional meeting. They both said they felt like they closed a long chapter. I was moved, but that's when it set in. Why was I moved? I never met any of them, so where did these feelings come from? Why do I feel things? Do I really feel them? What tells me someone else isn't pressing a button to make me feel that? What tells me I'm in my body? What is real? Boom! Oh, don't worry, by the way, I'm fine. Thank God, it's unnatural to see you down like that. Man, that go-go is a blast! Don't you feel like talking a bit more with Dee Dee? Dee Dee is too much of a prick, and Go-Go is tired. Besides, I want to talk with the bartenders. Oh, F. Well, I tried. Jill, I'll be in my office. Cute little girl Lilim! Cam girl! Oh, fiddlesticks. What's your name, girl? I'm Dorothy Hayes, at your service. Do you come here often? Are you hitting on me? Hey Dorothy, I'm in the middle of a live stream. Do you want to participate? Sure, sounds fun. Okay, let's take a recommendation from you. What should I drink next? Try the Sugar Rush. Bartender, a Sugar Rush over here. Bartender! Sorry, what? Sugar Rush, please. Right.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna go a little heavier than usual, but not like all the way. Here. Good choice, Dorothy. Yay! So, what are you doing in my turf? Streaming, Chan. Yes? No, I mean, that's what she calls herself. Man, that's a tacky name. Yeah, but it's my tacky name. Actually, that's not really my name. What's your real name, then? Behind Streaming Chan's awesome mask lies the humble Nicole Chen. Humble. Why not call yourself Streaming Chen? It's funny that you mention it. You see, when I started, I called myself Nico Chen. I changed websites so the name felt a bit out of place, thus I became Streaming Chen. Everyone nicknamed me Streaming Chan though, so I just went along with it. Oh yeah, I get it. At one point I was going to call myself Dolores Hayes, but then I realized the name was as subtle as a brick to the face.
Sounds familiar. Oh no. That is unsubtle.
Anyway, I'm here because the last time I came, I ended up with greater viewer numbers than usual. And so, I wanted to treat my loyal audience again. Oh, I see. Well, you came to the right place, especially if you're looking for some comfy fun. Honey here might seem harsh, but you just need to crack her shell. Shut up. See? You just need to see the right thing at the right time, and she becomes a sweetheart. Quiet, you. Don't play hard to get. You know it's true. Hey, Stream Girl. That's me. I'll regret asking this, but don't you have a sponsor? It's weird that it's been this long without some advertisement. I have, but you see, the contract with them expired, so Marvin, the business guy or whatever, had to make a new one. He was going to send the draft to his lawyer, as it had a couple of additions, but, let's say he got too excited with my VR model and the contract became unreadable. Oh, so he used the contract to... Yup, he cut it into a pair of panties and rubbed it vigorously on his penis. Wow. I mean, you'd expect certain principles to be upheld, even in the adult VR industry. I reported him and he got fired, but now they're looking for a new business person thing. Honestly, I think the paper cuts all over his dick are punishment enough. But, I mean, why the contract? I don't mind it if he jacked off to an image of me, but the contract? That's money that you're soiling. That's money that you're soiling right there. I would have gone back on the deal were it not for the owner paying me a visit and apologizing profusely. Some people seriously. Ah, dick paper cuts. I've done enough crazed teacher fantasies to know how they can be a problem. I don't think you need to have experience to understand that. That said, Gil's been grimacing for a full minute now. Don't mind me. Huh. But you know, I like you, Dorothy. Why don't we celebrate with beers? My treat. All right. 2 big beers, honey. Now she's calling me honey. Now I need 2 big beers.
I'm surprised she's not saying she needs 3.
Here. Cheers! Cheers! So, what do you do, Dorothy? Sex worker. Really? You wouldn't happen to have male co-workers, do you? Am I not good enough for you? Getting serious? No, sorry. Fooling around, maybe. Still, I want to spice up some premium nights, so... Do you have a card? I could send you some numbers and pics. Sure, here you go. And here's mine, just in case you change your mind. Hey, is camgirling like that a good job? Can you earn enough? More than enough. I can even afford an apartment in a high-end district of Glitch City. It can be a challenge from time to time, though. You can't just do anything and expect people to come back. You need to be varied. Keep it fresh. It's all worked out nicely, though. I'm one of the top streamers on my website. I even got this. It's a Dakimakura of a guy with a Twitch logo t-shirt.
That it is.
A pillow? Not just a pillow, a Dakimakura with the website's president on it. It's a trophy in honor of all the money I've brought to the website. It's even a direct line to him. I can use it to call him for tech support on the spot. Call him! Call him! Let's see. It's busy. Oh well. The only condition they stipulated for this Dakimakura is that I can't use it for premium content. Not that I would have, but you know. Boring nights, lonely nights, everything can be a dildo if you're brave enough. That kind of stuff. Yeah, you tell me. I can show you something too, but only if you let me promote myself at the end of it all. Sure, go ahead. Ta-cha! Cute! I can see you're no stranger to lewd content, but does the streaming site allow it? Well, first they gave me the means to stream, but my website was different from theirs. Eventually, the demand for adult content grew, so they added lots of gates to let people get lewd. They created an age gate because of you? Yup. Nice. Is there any other streamer you feel might dethrone you? Well, MMA Junkie 2040 is seriously becoming a threat by the day. He got this dog to train with him, and suddenly everyone got interested in mixed martial arts. I wish him all the best, but he's crazy if he thinks he'll take away my spot. Oh yeah, that guy. He was better when he was fatter. Not only was it all the more funny, it was also more inspiring. And I'm not exactly a fan of dogs either. Well, it's been fun, Dorothy, but I gotta go. Mind if I stick with you for a bit? Oh, by all means. Let's continue the escapade then. Sure. Bye, honey. See ya, honey.
Are those cat ears designed after onigiri that extruded from her head?
I don't think they were onigiri. I think they were just cat ears, but yes, they popped out of her headband.
They look like onigiri.
Should I remind Dorothy that those ears of hers are signal jammers? Nah. I wonder if the stream looks distorted, though. We're done, boss.
Whoops.
Man, don't you just feel great? Were we in the same place? Here, Jill. What's this? A bonus. Today I got a taste of the kind of clients you deal with, and keep it up. Well, tomorrow's the big day, so get ready. That goes for both of you. Either I'm getting old, or that girl was too much even for me.
She's certainly a little much. Also, wow, Dorothy, Dolores Hayes. That's pretty. That's on the nose. That is squarely on the nose.
Wait a second. Oh yeah! I forgot that was the character's actual name.
Yep.
I'm gonna pour myself some more drink.
Stop wasting so much space on those insinuation confidentiality. What's that confidential about? Program no work, help. That may have something to do with the fact that June 15th, July 15th is in the future.
What I'm drinking isn't even alcoholics. You have no new notifications or reminders. Happy New Year. May all your wishes come true in a new, bountiful year filled with health and joy. Happy New Year. I'll leave the closet open in case you want to hide from the noise. Thanks. No news there. Okay, well, if there's nothing new around here, I as well go on to the party. I'm guessing the New Year's party is the end of the game. I mean, I can also see how it might not be, but it seems like the sort of the sort of event that would wrap everything up, you know. But it could also go on. I don't know. Saturday, December 31st. My birthday. Well, let's see. Gil is in the back getting everything ready. I'll go grab some food I've ordered. They only agreed to work on New Year's if I went to pick it up myself. Are you alright? I'm scared. Gabby will show up at any minute. Relax, everything will be alright. I can assure you of that. Drink something. Maybe that will cheer you up. Maybe. I'll leave you for a bit, but keep your chin up. If you get through this, I'll give you, I don't know, a hug. Does that work? A hug? A big one. A reward for after everything's said and done. Gotta go. You can do it. Right. Everything's fine. We've been avoiding this for all these years, now it's time to face it head on. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything will be better after I talk to Gabby. Boss might even give me a hug. I'm okay. Hello? Gabby? Come in. Excuse me. Welcome to Hey. You talk first. No, well... Some days ago I got a letter. And even odder than getting a letter is the fact that it was from your sister. A what? My sister sent you a letter? That's the first I've heard of it. What did it say? I don't know. I never opened it. At least, not until now. Huh? I figured I should read it with you. Yeah, let's do it. Let's read it. Alright then. Sorry. Just that? Yup. Isn't there anything else in the letter? Maybe on the back? This is just like your sister. I spent days worried about this letter, not wanting to open it for fear of what it might contain. I lost sleep and appetite thinking about it. And after all those worries, after all those problems, after all these years not talking to her, she sends me a letter. An effing letter of all things. And she just says sorry? Sorry for what? For our fight? For not talking all these years? Now I'm pissed. Are you laughing? Sorry, I remembered all the times my sis provoked you that way. Like that time where she gave you chocolates labeled 1, 2, and 4 during Valentine's Day. You were pissed about the lack of a 3. Or that time when you left an unopened beer bottle on the table. She sneakily opened it and took a sip. She didn't tell you she did it, and you were confused all day long. She always bragged she knew me like the back of her hand. The letter was supposed to piss me off like that. I guess she had all the rights to brag. Maybe she was being sincere, though. She did express to me that she was sorry on more than one occasion. She did, huh? You told me she died from localized nanomachine rejection, right? In her heart, yeah. Instead of the massive rejection that always makes the news, her case was more focused. They usually amputate or replace the part and call it a day. But organs are different. The condition made her susceptible to transplant rejections. Not to mention artificial hearts and genetic treatments were out of the question. Yup. Thing is, apparently, she suffered that since she was 18, but kept it a secret from everyone. Why? Hell if I know. I was angry to learn that she hid it. Why didn't she tell me? Was it to avoid worrying me? Was she ashamed? What was it? Wait, how did she live so normally then? She had to use a serum. Shots near her heart every 3 days. Apparently the serum burns like hell. The shot even left her a nasty mark where she had to apply them. So the thing near her left breast wasn't a birthmark. And the rejection was what ended up killing her? The nanomachine rejection was what ended up killing her, but they couldn't find what made her so vulnerable. doctor said she might have missed a shot, or the shots made her other defenses grow weaker. The condition could have just gone nuts out of nowhere, or maybe it was blood pressure. Maybe it was a regular heart attack and the rejection acted afterwards. They don't know. She kept it a secret from everyone, so nobody knows. Maybe if she had told me about it, I could have helped her. Maybe she'd still be alive. Maybe she wouldn't have faced it alone instead of just dying in her sleep. Thinking about what-ifs won't bring her back. Eh? I spent so much time hammering myself with what-ifs after you told me she died. What if I waited to cool down a bit back then? What if I just swallowed my fears at that very moment? What if I had apologized earlier? What if I had given a chance to the Research Institute thing back then? And the amount just increased threefold after I lashed out at you the other day. But today I realized something. Having such regrets with the dead is a hollow effort. You're alive, you're here. I can make amends with you, but I can't make amends with the dead. I can't apologize to her like I can apologize to you right now. Jill. Lenore, she's resting now. She's just resting after having that heart condition all these years. She didn't have to face it alone, though. If she only... So, let's celebrate her life and achievements. If we are to mourn, let's mourn her together. If we are to honor her, we'll do it together. Together. Lenore was a fun-loving person. The best we can do right now is try to lighten it up, even if it's only for a moment. I need to ask, though. Did she really start to complain about chest pains shortly after I left? No. She didn't get visibly worse after you left or anything. Everything was actually too sudden. She did complain about chest pains from time to time, but that actually goes way back before you left. Back then we thought it was just acid reflux or something. Gods, I even blamed her death on you. I was just too angry back then, and part of me just wanted to put the blame on someone or something. And you didn't deserve that. Sorry. Hey, I'm sorry too, you know. We both have things to apologize for. Don't think too much about it. I should have been mature and not shouted at you either, so let's just call all that water under the bridge, shall we? Are you sure? Of course I am. So, how did you find me exactly? Well, have you heard of a message board called Danger U? I have, yeah. Well, truth is I visit it from time to time, and the other day I read a thread that discussed the bar. And the description of the bartender sounded just like you. Are you mad? No, not mad. More like dumbfounded. Hey, Jill, can you tell me what the problem was back then? What sparked that fight? Weren't you happy with my sister? Well, back then, I didn't know what to do with myself after I graduated college. I went in and pretty much hated my last couple of years there. It's not far-fetched to think that I only tolerated being there because your sister was with me. Had she stopped supporting my studies, I would have quit right then and there. And then after graduating, I got a very good job offer that she accepted on my behalf in no time. She kept saying it was the best for me in my future, but I was livid. Why did she have to do that? I hated it. I didn't even know if I wanted to go there, but she still insisted so much. Like she was forcing that burden on me. And then my became our future, and she started talking about marriage. You were going to get married? I don't think we ever took it seriously. It was just something she kept mentioning. Not like we didn't think about that down the line, but she mostly teased me with it. But the thought suddenly scared the shit out of me. I loved her, but I don't think I was ready for such a commitment, especially considering what she did. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wasn't going to let her decide such a big thing for me. I mean, she could be really pushy from time to time. Like I said, I pretty much passed college thanks to being with her, and that was partly because she was so pushy. Even if she had the best intentions, she could be abrasive from time to time. And it rained down on me at that moment. She took it upon herself to make that choice for me. What would have stopped her once we'd gotten married? What if she suddenly decided to craft my life to her needs after marriage? I knew her. She would do it thinking it was the best for me, but... So that's where you stopped loving Lenore? No, I never stopped loving her, which is why it hurt so much. But you have to understand, I didn't want to wake up 40 years old and working a job I hate. Just out of routine, getting used to it. I wanted a break from everything for a while to put my thoughts in order. Regroup myself, think carefully about what to do next. I can understand. I've sometimes felt the same, although I'm not even in college. So that's what led to you two fighting, huh? You know, the word fight makes it sound like we exchanged blows or something. It's all silly when I think back to it. Tragically silly. Maybe I was the one who started the fight, getting all defensive about not wanting to take that offer. Perhaps if I didn't overreact to her arguments about wasting this huge opportunity, maybe she wouldn't have lashed out at me this bad. It could have been avoided if I had just kept a cool head and talked about that with her. My sister said something like that. Eh? I told you she mentioned on more than one occasion how sorry she was about the whole thing, right? Should have listened to her to the end, but instead I kept pushing her. I should have kept a cool head instead of letting my jealousy take the best of me. It was her offer, not mine. Should have stopped projecting myself so much into her. Something like that. Lenore. We are quite the hotheads. You, me, my sis. You were supposed to be the mature one, you know. Play your role correctly. But why didn't you come back, Jill? Did you end up hating us that much? Did the break include us too? No, it's just that... Remember when your sister was giving a class and you broke a window? How you didn't want to see her for fear of being scolded? But my sister wouldn't have scolded you. But I was afraid. Dead afraid. I couldn't bring myself to face your sister. But I faced her back then, and I was like 7 at the time. Why couldn't you do it? It's not quite the same. And in perspective, no matter what reason I come up with, it'll never make sense. Everything sounds very stupid when I look back, you know? Not that it makes things easier. I won't ever get to speak to her ever again, and it feels bad because it's stupid. I swear, you and my sis were meant for one another. You both moved on after all that, but neither had the courage to go back and say you're sorry. Like I said, berating myself over those past mistakes won't bring her back. I miss her so much, though. We were together all the time, always talking about dumb stuff. I wouldn't call my parents useless, but she was the one I could always talk to. I feel her absence every day. Everything is just so quiet now. She was an amazing person. Yeah, she was an amazing person. Eh? Mourning is fine and all, but we should be celebrating her life. If she was here, she would tell us that there's no fun in sulking for so long. She told you that all the time. Same way she told you to stop rubbing things in people's faces. Both figuratively and literally. Hey, I was 8 back then. So, let's have a toast in her honor, shall we? A toast? Yeah, let me get you a drink. A drink? Don't worry, trust me. Bring it back round to a sugar rush.
This time without a metric shit ton of poetry.
Yeah. In fact, let's make it a big sugar rush. Just because. Actually, since that doesn't boost it up... Okay, that does still work. Grab this for a sec. Okay. Lenore, I know you're watching from the beyond right now, as I give a drink to your little sister. It's obvious to me now that we both meant to make amends at some point, but we never got around to it. I can't apologize to you anymore, but I can at the very least make you rest easier. So know that I'll look out for Gabby in your absence. I'll make sure Gabby grows into a fine woman just like you were. I'll always be there for her. I'll be sure the little brat doesn't face the same problem you and I had. Hey. Want to add anything? I'll always miss her. Don't say it to me. Say it to her. That's a bit... Come on, just this once. I'll always miss you, sis. Sis. Sis, you idiot. Why did you keep that secret for so long? Idiot, idiot. I always told you everything. Wasn't I enough? You idiotic idiot. Hey, Jill. Promise me you won't be like that knucklehead. That you won't keep stuff like that to yourself. Only if you promise the same to me. And promise me we won't fight. I can't do that. Huh? You and I are both too thick-headed. Sooner or later we'll clash on some opinion. But what I can promise is that I won't run away like last time. We'll both cool off and talk it over like the adults we are. I'm not an adult. Let's face it, you've been more mature than I have. Hey, did you mean what you said? That you'll look after me? I'll always be here for you, Gabby. I mean, I'm not Lenore, but I wouldn't dare leave my little sister alone. Jill. Hey, wasn't this a toast? Right. For Lenore, faithful sister and girlfriend. Cheers. Cheers. So... about this drink. Can I drink it? Do you like it? Take a sip. It's not bad. Why not drink it then? You're with an adult. You might as well break the alcohol taboo here and now. I didn't even put any alcohol in it. Right. Now that I think back to it, didn't your sister give you beer once as a prank? Oh yeah. It was April Fool's. I should have known better when she offered me apple soda. I put bubblegum on the soles of all her shoes in retaliation. She walked funny, and my jaw hurt for the rest of the day. Yeah, but did you know you got my drink that time? Huh? She gave me a beer and it turned out to be apple soda. Oh. Did you get back at her? Well, I did hide all the dildos in the house that night, only to find out she knew how to use a cucumber. And as a follow-up, she used that same cucumber in a salad days later. She said, "So, do you like eating me for lunch, Jill? I'll tell you when you're older. Or never at all."
Why would you even bring that up in front of her in the first place?
No, that was internal monologue.
Oh. She's had problem mixing those, so
She
you know.
has. Granted, but that's generally only when Anna is around. Hey, Gabby, do your parents know you're here?
They think I'm at Claire's, actually.
Who?
Oh, she's my best friend at school.
And this... Oh, Clary, excuse me. And this Clary knows you're using her as an excuse, right?
Of course. How would she cover for me otherwise?
True. Will you go to her house afterwards?
To be honest, I didn't think that far. Maybe I will. I do live in another district, but Clary doesn't live close by. So...
Well, it can't be helped. I live nearby, and the streets aren't exactly safe at night. Why not stay with me tonight?
Are you sure?
I don't live in a mansion, but I'd say it's comfy enough, at least to spend the night.
Sure, I'd love to stay with you.
Great. Hey, does your dad still have that bakery? His bread was really good.
Yep, he opened a second branch last year.
So he's looking to expand?
I think he got into a partnership with a friend in Motor District. The guy saw an opportunity after realizing Motor District has almost no bakeries.
I still remember when your sister introduced me to him. He started shouting, "I knew it! I effing knew you were a lesbian! Mark 1 for Daddy!"
I think he had this bet with an acquaintance of his ever since my sis was 12 years old or so. Dad said sis was into girls. The acquaintance didn't believe him. He bet a beer on whether he was right or not. That beer bottle is still in the fridge. It's even labeled Sweet Victory.
Your mom and Lenore never made up, did they?
I guess that one wasn't as simple as the said one too many things argument. Mom was always obsessed with high society, and in her circle of friends, a lesbian daughter was a no-no. I'm still on my sis's side for that one, though. Mom didn't reject her because she herself was homophobic. She did it because her friends were. To Mom, the opinion of her circle of friends was worth more than her own daughter.
How did she react to her death?
Dunno. Mom and Dad broke up 2 years ago.
They did?
They never got married, so there was no proper divorce. I haven't seen her since August, I think.
Did you two fight too?
No, she just hasn't showed up.
You must have felt alone, huh?
I've been there. A bit, but I'm not alone anymore, thanks to you.
Huh? I thought there was going to be a party here. Oh, sorry, I mistook that for Jamie. It was Alma. It was question marks, but it was that kind of yellow color. Alma, over here.
Party?
A small New Year's celebration. Want to stay for it?
I don't want a kid to burden.
Don't worry, you won't. You'll only get cola for the night, though. No alcohol. It'll give us time to catch up even more. I can introduce you to some friends. Are you in?
If you don't mind me.
Great. Hey, Alma, come here. There's someone I want to introduce to you. quick. You right there. That was a nice ending. Did you have fun? I did.
What is that?
Yep, I also got to meet a cat boomer. Why did your boss hug you, though?
Oh, this is... okay. That's...
Why did your boss hug you, though?
She's that kind of person. Now let's sleep. You were dozing off back there.
You're right. Good night, Jill.
We'll play some more tomorrow. Good night. Are you gonna go back to the title? Friday, January 15th. What?
So yeah, the guy had a fantasy about a woman castrating him. I tried for an hour to convince him it's a bad idea, and I finally got to him. We finally moved to the bedroom, and it turns out the guy has a weird implant where his testicles should be. It's basically a removable ball sack. I suppose the guy really liked that fantasy and made sure he could live it out properly. I once saw a guy at the hospital in the emergency room after having been castrated to fulfill a fantasy. I wonder if it's the same guy. I have enough problems with just one, you know. Just one what?
With just listening to one of your anecdotes. You told me about the Neo-Tijuana thing, and now this. Don't you have a more subdued story? Come on, Joe, you're an adult. You can take that much. Shut up.
Well, last time I spoke with my mom, I asked her the story of her daughter. Turns out her name was Anna.
Huh. And now you pretend it's a surprise? Quiet, you.
She fought against nanomachine rejection for most of her life. She even lost a girlfriend she made in the hospital to that same sickness. Apparently, sometime after she got out of treatment, a truck hit her and killed her. But even then, she was amazing.
She was?
Eh? Yeah, she kept up her studies while still in the hospital. She was a self-taught honor student. Not only that, but she also ranked among the top 5 candidates in at least 3 college admission exams. She also played the piano and guitar. Well, being confined to a room does that, I guess. I mean, fully able-bodied people can barely do half of that. But she practically accomplished all that by herself. And she also beat nanomachine rejection, a disease that only 2% of humans suffer and even less survive. It took a trucking truck to take her down. She was great. And to think I'm sort of like her sister. Silly Becky. Honey, did you say something? I did not. Weird. I swear I heard somebody call me Silly Becky. Come again? It's not uncommon for me to hear stuff from far away and think I've heard it nearby, but you're the only one nearby that knows my real name, so it was weird. Oh well, as I was saying, the ballsack guy.
Sunday, August 27th. I guess this is where we part ways, huh? Sadly, I'm bound to this city. I can only falsify my identity effectively around here. I really want to thank you, Chief, for this second chance you gave me. If we ever cross paths again,
Gil, we're leaving for like a week and a half or something. Don't be so dramatic.
But
And you're taking care of my apartment. We will cross paths because I live there. The time you spend setting up a useless farewell could be used asking me things about the place. Like where the switches and valves are.
But I already know. They're in that control panel you made.
But I like talking about that control panel. I'm proud of it. Speaking of obsessive likes, Jill, stop calling Armitage. She'll take care of your 4-ball just fine.
I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about me. I've never been away from 4 this long. I don't know what I'll do.
You'll do just fine. You did pretty well for that. You did pretty well for at least 25 years before finding him.
Yes, but
we're leaving. Oh yeah, before I forget. I left you a box of condoms on the first drawer of the desk, Gil.
You what? You what?
Hey, if he wants to bring his new girlfriend or whatever here, I want him to be ready. Oh, but just one condition. If you're gonna F like rabbits, stay away from my room. I have too many pics of my Emoto there, and I don't want their eyes soiled.
Emo who?
Little sister.
Then just say little sister.
Yeah, whatever. First stop, Panama.
Here you can now save heart data. Loading heart data from the title screen or bar will let you start over from day 1 while keeping your items and money.
New Game Plus.
New Game Plus.
No heart.
Yay.
There was an epilogue.
Erpalurg.
What's in Panama?
That's just where they were going to, aw, yay. Gabby's on the title screen now.
Meow.
There were a couple things that I overlooked last time because I didn't know what the heck.
Did you beat it? Or...
Yep.
So tired. I have to stay late again.
There was a prologue that was a separate thing, and then Anna demo. Let's take a look at those.
Ooh.
Prologue.
Prologue.
Monday, December 12th. Yawn. Man, such a slow night. At least I'm not serving dogs. Normally this would be where a dog shows up like a cheap punchline. I guess not. Speaking of dogs, I wonder where the hell's Gil? Bored? Ah! Sorry, did I wake you up? I wasn't sleeping, my eyes were open. You went to college, right? You know having your eyes open means nothing. Don't worry, I don't blame you. It's been a really long time since we've had such a slow night. In fact, I think the last time we had a night this slow was before you started working here. Really? Yeah, it happened when Robert was still working here. Who? My first employee. Poor idiot bought a levitation potion and threw himself off a building. Oh. As it turned out, the potion actually worked. Come again?
He started rising in the air and couldn't stop. They later found his body smeared across the nose of a commercial flight that was on its way to Kanyevania. But anyway, should you really dismiss that so easily?
It worked.
We didn't have a single client that night, not even a lost soul asking for directions, but then suddenly a kid shows up. He was obviously underage, but I was bored, so I decided to let him order something. I gave him one Karmatrine-free drink. I mean, even if I was letting him order, I wasn't about to give alcohol to an underage boy. And then, when the time came for him to pay his tab, he realized he didn't have enough money. He then yanked his shirt over his head, started screaming he's a ghost, and tried to escape. So I kicked him so hard that he flew out of the bar and told him ghosts shouldn't feel pain. Boss, did you really kick an underage kid? Of course not. I just gave him a warning and made him wash a couple of dishes. The fact that you even thought for a moment that I would kick a young, innocent child hurts me to no end, you know? Anyway, just keep it up. Someone will show up sooner or later. I sure hope so. Hold on. Come to think of it, aren't Gil's checks made out to Robert? No. Well, at least that story killed a couple of minutes. I think I don't know, sort the glasses here or something. Huh, we had a fedora-shaped glass? Anybody here? Ah, sorry, I'll be right ouch! Are you okay? I'm fine, yeah. Welcome to Valhalla, what can I get you, something wrong? Are you sure you're old enough to drink? Well, seeing how I'm old enough to eat solid food, I'm gonna guess that drinking won't be a problem. You know that's not what I meant. Yeah, I'm old enough to drink. I turned 21 not too long ago, actually.
Which?
Still don't believe me? What do you need me to give you? I must be sleep-deprived or something. What's this deja vu feeling, though? It's fine, don't worry. What can I get you? I feel like having a sugar rush. Sure, coming right up. Here. Thanks! Hold on, this doesn't have any alcohol, does it? Nope. You really think I'm underage, don't you? Yup. I'll have you know I'm old enough to get pregnant. That's sadly not relevant here. On second thought, this is actually good. I mean, don't underestimate me. Do you really think I look that young? I do, but not young enough to be considered underaged. Then why won't you give me alcohol? Because I wanted to mess with you. Mess with a client? Do you usually do that? Only if it looks like they might take it in their stride. Still, why are you so angry at the idea I might think you look young? I mean, the only people who don't like being mistaken for someone younger are young people. But to be fair, you still look older than 95% of our regulars. That would mean you serve drinks to people who look like they're 13 years old or something. Yup. Eh? Alright, let's get this out of the way. Please show me your ID. Sure. Anagram. Seems everything's in order, Miss Anna... Graham? Anna Graham. Where have I heard that name before? Go ahead. Just try to make a joke I haven't heard yet. I'll politely refuse. No, I'm serious. Go ahead. People think it's too easy, so they never make jokes about my name. I'm still going to politely refuse. Yeah. And I'm wondering if anagram is an anagram of something else. You're no fun. So what's your name, Miss Bartender? My name? You saw my name, I have the right to know yours. Fair enough, I'm Jill. Jill what? Just Jill. Yeah, but what's your full name? Just call me Jill. Fine, I'll just pretend Jill is a way of saying your name is actually Johanna Ignacia Laurent Lone. Actually, I'll shorten it to Joe. Yeah, whatever floats your boat. Say, Joe, this place looks awfully desolate. Joe, she says.
It's been a slow day. A really, really slow day. I'm actually glad you showed up. I was growing bored as hell. I mean, it's not like we're always bustling with activity, but this is unusual even for here. So, I take it this isn't a popular place then? Well, we have our regulars, but we're not like the bars in the main street. Still, I like this place. It's comfy and, I don't know, it makes me feel safe. Weird. I mean, I feel that way too, but this place usually gives off the opposite impression. Can't blame them though, this isn't exactly the best part of the city. Ah, that's a shame. I really like how isolated this place feels. You can't hear the sounds of the city in here. It's nice. But then again, you could say I have some experience with isolated places, so it might just be nostalgia. Anger mana? Nostalgia, huh? Speaking of coming in here...
Tacos.
Tacos! Now that I think about it, you didn't ask for my ID when I first came in. Why didn't you do it if you were so suspicious? Well, firstly, I was bored. Figures. And second, I felt like you were of legal age. How? Well, we've had a lot of kids come in thinking they could get away with ordering a drink, but they're too nervous or jumpy. I don't usually give drinks to kids like that. They don't know what they're dealing with. What if they're not like that, but still underage? If they at least look like they're above legal age, I would be able to live with myself, I guess. I won't give them anything if I know they're still kids. But hey, I'm bound to be fooled sometime. So, I'm guessing I wasn't jumpy? Yep. I see. Hey Joe, now that you know I can drink legally, can I get another one? What do you want? Give me something sweet. Sweet? Sure.
I'm expecting you to give her another sugar rush, but this time loaded with Karmatrine.
Well, the Sparkle Star also has optional Karmatrine.
Oh.
And I am curious to see how she, in particular, responds to alcohol.
Oh my lord.
Yep.
As glitchy as she is, probably just go with her.
That's true. One sweet drink. Near manga. Thanks. You know, if all drinks were like this, I'd be afraid of turning into an alcoholic. Please don't joke about that. How can you say that? You're a bartender. A bartender doesn't want her clients to become alcoholics. Just like how personal trainers don't want their trainees to turn into steroid junkies. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Still, this one's really nice. Hey Joe, do you drink? I suppose, yeah. It'd be weird for a bartender not to drink, you know. I don't know. I've met dentists with bad teeth. Bartenders who don't drink totally would make sense. That's silly. It'd be like a vegan chef running a barbecue restaurant. You think? Yeah, I mean, it's not a matter of whether you can eat or drink whatever it is that you're making. It's more like, why do it if you don't like it? Huh. Yeah, I guess that's true. A dentist might have bad teeth, but he could still like working in dentistry. But why bother bartending if you don't like alcohol? See? Something wrong? I just noticed you haven't said my name yet. I haven't... What? Aside from when you read my ID out loud, you haven't said my name. Meanwhile, I've called out yours like a gazillion times now. The wrong name, though. Well, I haven't had the need to say your name. Come on, humor me. Say my name. Why? Say my name. Say my name. Say my name. Anna. One more time. Anna. Yes, now one more time.
Error.
Nana. It happened again. Maybe I need glasses? There's that feeling again. Did I see someone glitch out in the past? Oh, come on. Why did you want me to say your name? I like hearing people call me by name. It feels personal and fuzzy. Yeah, but asking people to say your name like that is a bit quirky, creepy.
I don't know about that. There was this certain someone who would wake me up in the morning saying my name. Your name is important. Once you know someone's name, the gap between that person and you disappears. Once you give names to things, you start seeing them as important members of the family. So what if it's creepy? It's still nice. Stop calling me Joe and use my name then. Say, Anna, can I ask you for something? You called me by name, so sure. About your arm. What about it? Oh yeah, I'm lacking one. Did saying the word creepy remind you of its absence? Actually, I've been wanting to ask about it since you came in. At least be uncomfortable for a second. I'm trying to get a rise out of you. Sheesh. So what is it? How did I lose it? If it's not too personal. It isn't. I'm actually proud of the tale. Huh? Why? You're looking at a proud survivor of nanomachine rejection. Really? I thought that was something doctors detected while a fetus is still in the womb. Earn manga. Yes and no. There's actually two types of nanomachine rejection syndrome. The first one is the most common. They usually detect it while you're still a fetus. That's when they turn you into a cat boomer. The other one can sometimes appear in your teenage years. It's incredibly rare, but it's still possible. So that arm... Nanomachine rejection basically causes your body to attack itself. Tissues start ripping apart, your organs malfunction. I was lucky. In the end, all I lost was an arm and a handful of toes. Get it? A handful because I lost 5? Anyway, I have a prosthetic arm, but it's in maintenance right now. I see. It's a bit weird to be without it. I still feel like it's there. Just a couple of hours ago, I tried to grab something, and I just stood there thinking that arm was doing something. But anyways, mind getting me another drink? We can keep talking about my stump after that. Right. What do you want? Well, let's try something classy. It's weird being in a bar and not asking for a fancy drink. Alright. Classy.
Bad touch. Mercury bubble blast.
Here. This looks expensive, alright. This looks expensive, alright. I'm starting to have second thoughts right now. Just drink it. I'm starting to feel dizzy. That's nice. It is? Of course. I spent so much time in hospitals and whatnot, but now I'm just living my life, you know? I want to feel the good and the bad. No more being forced to sit quietly in a quarantine room. Yeah, I can get that. Wait, quarantine? Type 2 nanomachine rejection patients are put in special chambers free from the nanomachine particles in the air. That prevents them from being assimilated and aggravating their whole situation. To be fair, not all of my memories of that chamber are bad. I mean, I did spend 3-4 years in one of those places. Really? That long? Well, I didn't go for the genetic level treatment, so it was longer and a lot less expensive. I'm not going to complain, though. I'm alive thanks to all that. And I left with so many fond memories, too. So that's what you meant with the whole feeling nostalgic in isolated places thing. Yep. Are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. Just dizzy. Hey, Joe. If I ordered 2 drinks, would you be willing to share one with me? Come again? To be honest, talking about the treatment and all that made me feel a bit lonely. Sorry if it's not something you can do, but I had to ask. It's not something I normally do, but what the hell, sure. Really? Yay! Alright then, I want a piano man and a piano woman. On it.
Yeah, it's
I mean, it's cyberpunk.
cyberpunk future, hyperinflation, etc., etc. Two drinks. Which one do you want? Do you prefer the man or the woman? I'm fine with either, really. Okay, I'll pick the woman then. Cheers! Alright, this is getting weird. I said, cheers! Oh, cheers. Yeah! Are you okay? Yeah, I guess I'm fine. I'm just dizzy. And sad. Sad? I miss Lynette. Lynette? Who? She and I were the only patients with nanomachine rejection syndrome in the hospital. We were together every day. When it was time to eat, she was there. During visiting hours, she was there. Whenever I slept, whenever I cried, whenever I laughed, she was always there. When I lost my arm, she told me I could have hers as compensation, that I could use it however I wanted.
Bless.
Thank you. What happened to her? Tokyo flu. Something went wrong with her immune system and the flu started kicking in. They tried to rush part of her treatment to reduce the symptoms, but it only made the nanomachines go wild. It eventually got to her brain and... I see. Sorry to hear that. And the worst part is that if they left her as she'd been, I might have been able to spend an extra year or so with her. But all that work only got her killed sooner. I didn't even get a chance to say goodbye. She just vanished. That's tough. I miss her every day, you know? I say I want to forget her, but the truth is that I just want this pain to go away. It's been 2 years and I still feel the pain. Every second is just a second without her. It can get so... lonely. Sorry, am I making you uncomfortable, Joe? You're not, don't worry. Still, sorry about that. We had so many plans about what we'd do after we left. We were so close to being together without the pesky nanomachine rejection, and it's not fair, you know? Why do I get to be here while she doesn't? I try to enjoy life as much as I can, enjoy it for the both of us, but it doesn't seem enough. What do you think? What do I think? Well, I think about my grandpa. Your grandpa? He was a harsh guy, really sincere, but not one to mess with platitudes. It's not like he had a lot of enemies, but many people were cautious around him. But once he died, I never heard a single bad comment about him. Not even from those who used to badmouth him every now and then. Really? Well, the best thing about death is that after you die, all the wrongs you ever committed feel meaningless. It really makes you think about how petty some things can be. Yeah. On second thought, that doesn't have much to do with what you said, does it? But what I'm trying to say here is, don't try so hard, just live, you know? Be grateful you have that chance. I know what you're feeling right now, but you'll get better. Eventually, all you'll remember is the happy moments. I hope so. Sounds like you and your grandpa were close. He was my best friend. Losing him was quite the blow. Do you have any regrets in regards to him? I guess not. I mean, it's not like I had a dramatic goodbye or anything like that. He died in a hospital bed while I was at home. But, I don't know, I never had a heated discussion with him, so I don't have that problem. Sure, there's always a bit of, I wish I could have told him this, but that's bound to happen, regardless of who you're talking about. Did you leave Lynette after a fight or something? No, of course not. Then you're luckier than most people. What I mean is, whenever you feel depressed, remember that she left your life while both of you were on good terms. Whenever you feel down, just try to hold on to that. Yeah, I can try that. That cheered me up a bit somehow. Thanks. Anytime.
I should be leaving now. Thanks for such a lovely night, Joe. If you feel lonely again, just come back. I will. Well, that was an entertaining diversion. Ah, boss, what happened? I came to ask you that. Huh? You just spent an hour talking to yourself. No, I didn't. There was a girl called Anna here. There was nobody here. I was actually coming to tell you we're gonna close for tonight, and there you were chatting with the thin air. A spirited talk, too. That can't be. She paid for her drinks. The registry says the money came from your account. But all the drinks I served her. You mean the liquid that someone who is definitely not going to be me has to clean off the floor? But Jill, you're worrying me. Are you okay? The last thing I need is another employee who talks to herself. Yeah, I'm fine. Are you sure there wasn't anyone else here? I even checked the security cameras. You were here by yourself this whole time. This whole while. Maybe you're tired. You probably were just sleep-talking really intensely or something. Yeah, maybe. Come on, I'll drive you home. Maybe you just need a rest. Yeah. What the hell just happened?
Ghosts.
Ghosts.
Cyber ghosts. Because they was glitchy.
Okay.
I kind of wonder why Jill doesn't ask to see the security footage too, because that has to be weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she served a drink, which meant she slid it across the bar. And apparently the apparition then appeared to pick it up and drink it?
Mm-hmm.
Or upon the float around upon the ground? Surely the cameras would have picked up the levitating-ass drink glasses.
I mean,
That joke you made about how that alcohol was going to go right through her, though.
Yeah.
I already know.
Yeah.
She shows up in the main story and eventually becomes clear who she is, and then you're even told explicitly later.
I see.
Friday, December 9th. This is going back even further and further. Free bar! Free bar!
Ferber.
Free the bar! Wait.
Free the bar. Free.
Who's Bastille Day?
Okay, actually, I will save the prologue for tomorrow. Since it is apparently starting even earlier. Like, it wasn't something that was incorporated into the main game. I mean, parts of the story might have been, but... Anyway. Yeah, come back tomorrow at hopefully 3 p.m. Eastern. I was closer to it today than I have been in quite a while, so hopefully I can keep working towards that. Yeah, and I'll do the prologue of this. That's 3 days worth of stuff, so that should take me all day to stream. And then maybe Friday I'll start Valhalla Kids.
Is that actually a game?
Yes! It's
A fan game?
No! Not a fan game.
Sukeban just like made a weird prequel?
No, it's not even a prequel. It's like an AU.
Okay.
It's like it started as as an April Fool's joke, but then they were like, you know what, we're making this anyway, and so they made like this high school mystery solving thing using the characters aged down to high school. So anyway, yeah, hope to see you tomorrow. Thanks again, and good evening.